right, hello everyone. How is everybody today? Hope you are having a wonderful Monday today. Caroline DePaula says, ooh, new stuff. Yes, you guys, I have so much fun stuff to show you today. I'm super excited, and if you just saw, I have natural nails. You guys, how often does this actually happen? So I did take off my gel enhancements so I can show you guys how to use a whole lot of these products, and I have my other hand here that all I did was took off my enhancements. So I took off my gel today. So you guys, you see my nails in raw form here today. So we're gonna go from this to this today using all of these wonderful new products. So you guys, if you haven't seen already on the website, we are doing a wonderful back to school sale for you. Whether you're a pro, whether you are a DIYer at home, we've got some great bundles for you. We've got some pro kits that are also on sale. So first I want to just take a couple of seconds here to go through the kits and go through the bundles and show you guys exactly what is on sale. So our first bundle, this is our I'm calling it the baby bundle. I don't know. It's just a basic choose your own polish bundle. So with this one, you guys, let me come in a little bit closer here. So with this one, it's going to have the top coat and the base coat. So again, you guys, these are natural nail polishes, air dry base and top coat. And then the best part about this bundle is that you get to choose your own color. So you can pick whichever color you want. If you want the pink, if you want a blue, if you want just white. You guys, we have so many different beautiful colors there for you. And with this bundle, you actually get to choose which color you want with that. So this is going to be a great kind of a starter to our new polishes. You guys, these polishes are absolutely amazing. I'm sure you've probably heard some things about them already, but just some great things about them. They are 16 free, which means there are 16 chemicals in here that we have, well, no, not in here. There are 16 chemicals that we've left out of here that they're just a lot better. The polishes are going to be a lot better without those chemicals in there. They are vegan friendly. They are, oh goodness, what else? Animal cruelty free. So all of these polishes are going to be just a great option for really anyone. If you are somebody that does need a breathable polish, these are breathable as well. So for those people, you do have a great option with them. They are highly pigmented, and you guys, I'm going to show you the colors here. I'm going to actually do my nails. We'll polish up my nails. So these are going to go on super rich. They're super pigmented. They're fast drying, you guys. That is probably my favorite thing about these new polishes. So super fast drying and beautiful pigmentation. So we are, somebody's asking, why are they better without them? The 16 chemicals that we've left out of these are things like formaldehyde and toluene, which are things that could be potentially drying or even considered, you know, you guys, I don't want to say harmful because not harmful, but they are just chemicals and ingredients that people prefer to not have in their polishes. So 16 of those chemicals are not in here. So you guys, a lot of polishes are 3 free, 5 free, 10 free. These are 16 free. So great option for you guys. So great polishes. So that's the first bundle I wanted to show you. The second one is what we're calling our dorm room must-haves. So those of you that either are going off to college or have kids going off to college, this is going to be a great bundle for those people. This one is going to start with our nail strengthener, and that's what I've got on my nails right now. So I've just got 2 coats of the nail strengthener on here. This one is going to really help to give those natural nails a little bit of durability. It's got some great ingredients like celery seed. That is the one really big one that we're kind of telling you guys about, is that celery seed is really going to help nourish and strengthen those natural nails. So nail strengthener in this bundle. We've got our nail rescue patches, which I'm going to show you guys all of these different things in a little bit. But if you maybe have a crack in your nail, you guys, I'm going to talk about my cuticles here in a second, so don't judge those right now. But if maybe you have a crack in your nail, you can use those nail rescue patches to hold that crack in place so that it doesn't continue to break, and you can maybe get through a weekend or something like that with those nail rescue patches. We've got our glass file in this cute little case. You guys, I got to show you this. It's got a little keychain holder on there, so you can put this right on your keychain if you just need something to carry along with you. But this is our beautiful glass file. And again, I'm going to show you guys all of these different tools on how to use them, but just to show you what's in our kit. So we've got the glass file, we've got our cuticle nippers, and you guys, these are amazing cuticle nippers. They are super sharp. Oops, there's a little plastic protector that these come in. So take that off when you get your nippers, but nice and sharp nippers. Those are going to be great for cleaning up those cuticles. Comes in that cute little pouch there. We've also got our clippers set. We've got the larger toenail clippers and the smaller fingernail clippers. So we've got that. We've also got the cuticle oil pen, which is what I was just putting on my nails before we started. We've also got our cuticle remover pen, or sorry guys, not cuticle remover, polish remover pen. So this is a super easy way to remove polish. So maybe you want to take your polish off. All you're going to do with this is you can start to see that product coming up there. Click that until that does start coming out the top. You can rub that into your polish, and then it's going to start to break down your polish. Now you guys, this is just for a natural air dry polish. This is not to remove your gel polishes. So if you're just taking off just a regular air dry polish, you can use that, kind of massage that into that polish, give it a few seconds, and it'll start to dissolve that. Then you would just take a lint-free wipe and wipe that off. So it's a non-acetone product, so those of you that are avoiding acetone because it may be a little drying to your skin, this is going to be another great option for you. So that is our, excuse me, that's our dorm room must-haves. Then we've got our first day glow up, and that is going to be our I can never remember what we call this, Skinrefine glass hand file. And you guys, I don't have a lot of calluses on my hands right now. Sometimes I do after I've been working out in the yard or things like that, but this is going to be a great tool to help to kind of slough off any of that dry calluses. If you get calluses maybe up on your fingers and things like that, you can use that for taking care of those calluses. Let's see, so we've got that. We've got the Cuticle Softener, the Cuticle Oil, and then we've also got our exfoliating spray. You guys, again, I'm going to show you all of these products here. I just want to give you a quick run through. And then our amazing hand cream. So that is that's the first day glow ups bundle. So all of those products are going to come together. And then our other one that I'm going to be showing you today is our Class Clown bundle, which is going to be our Pixel Party decals, and then 5 different colors you're going to get. We've got, what do we got? I can never remember. Flickety Fric, Cactus Pucker, and then we've also got Freelance Snack and Nerdvana. And we've also got Me Unicorn. So those 5 colors are going to be all in one bundle along with the Pixel Party. So you guys, some super great bundles here. So do you guys want to see how to use it all? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Give me a little hands clapping or some hearts. Throw something into the chat so that I know you guys want to see how to use all of these great products. So I'm just going to scooch some things off to the side here, make a little bit of room. And we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so first things that I want to do when I'm doing a manicure, and whether this is on your clients or on yourself, I always recommend starting by washing your hands. Now you guys, I did wash my hands before we started here, but in case you don't have your sink right nearby, I just have one of our table towels. It's the ones that I have on here. I wet this, and I just got that wet so that I can go through and just kind of give my hands a nice quick cleanse, just to cleanse everything off, make sure that there's no germs or things like that on there. So always make sure to give your hands a good wash before you actually start working. And again, whether it's on yourself, whether it's on your clients, always make sure that you start with those nice clean hands, okay? All right, first thing I'm gonna start with today is our Cuticle Softener. And I like to put the Cuticle Softener on before I actually start doing any of the rest of my filing or shaping or things like that, because this way it's going to give that product a little bit of time to work and to really get in there, soften up those cuticles, help to slough off any of that dead skin that's on the nail or up around that cuticle. So all I'm doing, it's got a nice little applicator nozzle, just squeezing out a little bit on there, right around each cuticle, and then just give that a quick massage in. And again, we're just going to let this kind of sit on the nails for, I would say, about 3 to 5 minutes or so. Okay, and really however long it takes you to do your clipping and filing, that's how long you're going to need to leave that on there. Now you guys, you can see, like I said earlier, I did just remove all of my enhancements, so I'm going to clip my nails down a little bit and give them a little bit of shaping here. So like I said, we do have that larger toenail clipper, we have the smaller fingernail clipper. Personal preference, it's whichever one works better for you. I personally like to use the bigger toenail clipper even on my fingernails, because for me, I've got some pretty strong nails. So I like to use, let me come in a little closer. There we go. I like to use that toenail clipper because it's a little bit easier for me. But if you do decide you want to use that smaller nail clipper, you can definitely use that as well. Oops, there you go, guys. And yes, you guys, I'm working on myself, so I'm going to really try hard here to stay in camera. But sometimes I may work my way out of camera, so bear with me. But just shortening up the nails if you need to. If you don't want to shorten up your nails, you don't have to. But I just like to sometimes use those the clippers to give my nails basically a pre-shaping. So this way I don't have to do all of my filing or all of my shaping with my file. I can just come in there and I can pre-shape everything to make it a little bit easier. Get those all into shape. And I think I'm going to take down that corner just a little bit more. So again, personal preference, you can use that fingernail clipper or the larger toenail clipper, whichever one you choose. Then we're going to grab our glass file, and this is, you guys can see, it's smooth on one side, so it's got the grit on the other side. So we're just going to use that to gently shape up our nail. And I absolutely love our glass file because it's really going to help to smooth out that shape. It's going to help to perfect that shape, and it's not going to leave a frayed edge. The glass file is really going to give you a nice smooth finish, and it's going to just be very, very, smooth isn't even the right word. It is just, I don't know what the right word is, but it's extra smooth. I'm going to say extra smooth. And you guys, you can see that as I'm filing, I can file back and forth here. I don't have to just work in one direction. I think a lot of times people think that when you're working on a natural nail, there's kind of that old school stigma that you have to file just in one direction. But the grit, or I'm going to say grit, the grit on here is such that you can file back and forth and it's not going to catch on the nail, and it's still going to leave that nice smooth finish to it. Somebody's asking, where did you get it? You guys, everything that I'm using here today, everything that I'm showing you is on our website, youngnails.com. And we have a great back to school sale going on right now, so make sure to check this out. We've got some great bundle deals, some great products and tools for you guys all together in bundles, so that you can just get the bundle and you've got everything that you need to go. So just going through shaping up that free edge, cleaning up any rough catches, and I'm rounding out my nails. You guys, if you prefer square nails, you can do that. For my natural nails, I feel like I do a lot better with a little bit more of that rounded shape. So I prefer to do rounded shape. If you want to go square, you can definitely go square. Whatever shape is going to be ideal for you. Now you guys, sometimes I will turn my hand around and I'll check my shape from this direction, because sometimes when I'm looking at this direction, it's not quite the shape that I think it is. So sometimes it does help to turn that hand around and look from the other direction. Okay, you guys, it looks like a lot of newbies here, a lot of new people to our channel. So welcome into all of you. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new to our channel. Keep learning with us, keep getting all the great free education. And again, today we're just doing a kind of a basic manicure, kind of a manicure procedure. That's the word I'm looking for. So again, just going through with our glass file, shaping up that free edge, getting all of those rough edges cleaned up. And again, while we're doing this, our cuticle softener is already on our cuticles, and it's working away to help to soften those cuticles and help to start exfoliating and sloughing off any dead cuticle from the nail. So we're gonna turn around here one more time, check all my shapes. You guys, I'm trying to do this on camera so that you guys can see, but I'm not getting quite the perfect shape from my angle. So I'm gonna just turn here for just a second and get my nails shaped up here. And you guys, the tools that I'm using, so the glass tools as well as the toenail clippers, the metal tools, all of these are sanitizable and disinfectable. So if you are working in salon and you're using these on your clients, you do want to sanitize and disinfect them before you use them on your other clients. When you're working on yourself at home, I would still recommend washing them with soap and water. And if you do have the ability to disinfect them, I would 100% disinfect them. But again, if you're just working at home, I would say at least wash with soap and water. Just that way you keep everything nice and clean and as sanitary as possible. Okay, so we've got our nails shaped up here. Now, one thing that is not in the kit that I am going to show you guys today, this is also our cuticle pusher, and this is another glass tool, and I absolutely love this one, so I can't do a manicure without showing you guys this, but it's got a great pusher end, so you can see on the one end, it's got that angle to it, so that's a glass cuticle pusher. On the other end, it's got that little point. If you guys, or if your clients are nail biters, or if they have really tough cuticles, this end works absolutely amazing. So both ends are going to work great. And you can see sometimes I use it with that angle down. If I need to get a little bit more of that dead cuticle off of the nail, maybe up in this area here, I'm going to use that with that flat edge down. But if I just want to come through and push back that eponychium, then I can use it at an angle. Which way? There we go, in this angle. So personal preference, whichever one is more comfortable for you. You can work either direction. Sometimes I like to work with it face down. Sometimes I like to work with it face up. Just depends on how I'm working. But you guys, you can see that after putting that cuticle softener on, it's really helping to loosen up all of that dead protein growth that's stuck on my nail. You can see it's starting to accumulate on my pusher here. So all of that dead cuticle is releasing from that nail and just exfoliating up around that cuticle area. So just going through, pushing back those cuticles, cleaning up around your side walls. I'm going to flip this side over here. I really want to get right up into that cuticle area here, get all of that cleaned off as much as possible. And again, you guys, if you need to, you can flip over to that other side and you can use more of that point or kind of that edge, especially down along those edges there. I get a little bit of excess cuticle around those edges. And like I was saying earlier, if you are somebody who's a nail biter or if you have those nail biter clients, this is going to work amazing for cleaning up all of that excess protein growth on those clients. Somebody's asking, what is the nail file you're using and how much is it? You guys, the nail file that I'm using, this is our glass file at Young Nails, and we have a bundle deal going on right now. And I'll show you guys the bundles one more time at the end here. But this is in the glass file is in our, let me check here one more time, our dorm room must-haves bundle. So make sure to check out the bundle deals and see what we've got going on in there. We do have that great sale going on, so make sure to check that out. Don't miss out on these deals, especially for back to school, you guys. If you're going back to college, or if you know somebody that's going back to college, you have kids going to college, this is a great kit for them to take with so that they can keep their nails maintained, keep all of their cuticles cleaned up, and all of that good stuff while they're away at school. All right, I think we're doing good here. Just gonna do one more quick check around my cuticle area right up there. Clean a little bit down on those sides. All right, and then I think one other thing I'm gonna do that's not in the kit is I'm gonna grab my 180 sponge buffer. And you guys, if you see us do any enhancements and things like that, I do tend to use the 180 sponge buffer a little bit more on those, but when I'm working on my natural nails, I still like to go through, especially because I just removed all of my enhancements and I didn't do any real cleanup on those. All I did was just filed off my product and I left my nails so that you guys could see. So I'm just going to go through and lightly buff through the surface of this. And I'm also buffing kind of around that cuticle area as well. So this is also going to help to take off any of that excess cuticle or anything that might still just barely be stuck onto that nail. And we'll catch a couple of these little edges here still too. So again, this is our 180 sponge buffer. It's not in any of the kits, but I really do think it's a great little add-on if you need to smooth out your nail surface a little bit or clean up a little bit more around that cuticle area. You can do that as well. All right. Somebody says, I'm growing my nails right now. It's taking forever. Yes, you guys, when you're trying to grow out your natural nails, it does take a while. It could take, for the nail to fully replace itself, I would say 6 months to a year to completely replace itself. But I'm going to show you our nail strengthener when we're finishing here. And this is going to be a great product for you to use on your natural nails to help to strengthen them so that if you are trying to grow them out or even just keep them a little bit healthier as you just maintain them, that's going to be a great option for you. So we'll get to that in just a little bit here, but just finishing with a quick little buff. So you guys, even already my nails are starting to look better, right? Guys, let me know in the chat. Are they looking better, or do you think that this is something that you'd be able to do? Let me know. I'd like to know. All right, I'm just going to give my nails a quick little brush off. Not really a necessary step, but sometimes I just like to do that to clean off some of that excess dust and get things out of the way so I can really see exactly what's going on. Okay. All right, I'm going to show you next product we're going to use is our skin exfoliating spray. And again, this one is in our First Day Glow Up bundle. So this one, we want to make sure, first of all, give it a really good shake. Mix that up really, really well. And then it's got a locking mechanism here. So make sure that you turn that so that it's unlocked. I'm going to move my stuff out of the way here. I'm going to give my hands a quick spray. So kind of saturating the hands. And then I'm just going to start to rub my hands together. You can, again, if you're working in salon, you can do this on your clients. You can massage their skin. You can massage their hands. You guys, look at that. Do you see what's happening? The product itself is actually going to start to bead up. Now, right now, these little beads on here, those are white. Eventually, they are going to start to grab onto all of the dead skin cells that are on the surface of my hands. And you're going to start to see that they're going to get a little darker and it's going to be kind of gross, you guys. I know it sounds kind of gross here, but this is just helping to slough off all of that dead skin. So again, on the surface of my skin, these little beads here are basically, as I'm really just kind of rolling those over my skin, they're going to be grabbing onto any of those dead skin cells that are ready to slough off. So the technique that this is, it's called gommage, and you guys go ahead and look it up online if you want to. I think it's a French term, but what really it means is basically that it's helping to slough off all of that dead skin just by rolling that product over. I'm going to work up around my cuticle area a little bit, so that way, again, I can help to slough off any of that dead cuticle that's up around there. Somebody says, I can't find the glass file on your website. I know it's on there, you guys, but it also is in the dorm room must-haves bundle. So if you're looking to get all of those products or all of the tools that I'm using here, you can just grab that bundle and you'll get a little bit of a discount by using or getting the bundle. Okay, you guys, so now you can start to see, do you see all of that? All of that gross stuff down on my towel here, that's all the product and my dead skin cells. So that is just a great way to exfoliate your skin and get all of that dead skin off. Now, What I would normally do, I would go to the sink and I would rinse this off. So that way it's going to rinse off the exfoliating spray, and it's also going to neutralize that cuticle softener that I was using. But since I don't have a sink here to show you guys on camera, I'm just going to grab another one of my wet towels. And again, this is just one of my table towels here that I'm going to use to cleanse all of that off and get all of that dead skin cleaned off. All of that stuff that's on my skin that I want to remove. So make sure to get that all clean. You guys, it's much easier to just run your hands under some water. And somebody says I have old looking hands. You guys, I've been a nail tech for a lot of years, so yes, my hands have been used and abused, but after doing my exfoliating spray, I'm going to use my hand cream, my cuticles oils, and now my hands are actually going to look a lot younger, a lot more healthy, and a lot more hydrated. So we'll get to that in just a second. All right, I'm just going to give my hands a quick pat dry here off camera. All right, there we go. Now, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my cuticle nipper, and you guys, you can see I've got that hangnail right there that I'll be honest, I've been picking, and I need to remove that. Now, you guys, when you are using that nipper, it's not intended to cut all the way around that cuticle area. So you're not going to just take your nipper and start cutting all the way around. What I recommend is only nipping what you can grab, or anything that's flapping back and forth like this. So see this little cuticle here? I'm going to take that down, and that's all that I'm going to clip off of there. Okay, if there is any last little bits, let me come back and clean up right through here. Just that little cuticle. So you guys, I always say anything that's waving back and forth, anything that is flapping back and forth, that's what you would want to nip. I'm not going to just cut all the way around that skin up there. You want to leave that cuticle intact as much as possible. So I'm just kind of checking all the way around here. Any last little bits that might still be kind of flapping around there, those I can clean up, those I can get off the nail. This one on the side here too, I've got that little bit of cuticle hanging off the side. We're going to clip that off. But again, anything that's flapping back and forth, then you can trim that off. All of this other cuticle up here, that's healthy live tissue, and if I start cutting that, a lot of times what happens is the more you cut that eponychium, it's called the eponychium, but the more you cut that, the more it's going to come back as scar tissue. So you want to avoid cutting that as much as possible, because you want your cuticles to stay nice and soft and nice and healthy. And the more you cut them, like I said, the more they're going to come back as scar tissue, the more they're going to end up thick and hardened. So only clip those little bits that are maybe flapping back and forth at you, okay? Anything that's kind of waving back and forth at you, that you can clip. But again, notice I'm not clipping everything up all the way around that entire cuticle. It's not necessary. And you want to make sure that you're keeping that cuticle healthy, because that cuticle really is the seal to the nail. So it's sealing your skin to your nail. So that way you don't get any germs or bacteria up underneath there to cause any infections, okay? So if you were to go through and cut all the skin all the way around that cuticle area, that's going to open up your skin and allow germs and bacteria to get in there, okay? So be very cautious of nipping your cuticles. Only cut, like what I said, only cut anything that is flapping back and forth or hanging off like that, okay? All right, I feel so much better now that I got my hangnail cleaned up. Oh, you guys, so much better, so much better. All right, now, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go in with our hand cream. So whoever that was that said I have old looking hands, I do. You guys, like I said, my hands look old, but now I wanna make sure I rehydrate. So after I did my exfoliating treatment, I always wanna make sure that I rehydrate. So I'm just using our hand cream. And the hand cream, let me think, the hand cream and the exfoliating spray, those both come in the First Day Glow Up bundle. So again, grab that bundle if you're looking for some hydration and exfoliation. And I'm just massaging this into my skin, just really nourishing that skin and making it much younger looking. So hopefully you're thinking that my skin is starting to look a little bit younger, which I think it is. All right, you guys, let's see, what are we doing next? We just did our hand cream. Are we ready to finish up the nails a little bit here? I think we are. You guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're gonna go ahead and do the next part of our manicure here. Now, because I just put my lotion on, I am gonna take my, that towel that I was using, that wet towel, I'm gonna see if I can clean off a little bit of that little bit of hand cream off of my nails, just to make sure that I'm going to have a nice clean dry surface when I go to my polish. Now, if you don't use that wet towel, you can still go back through and cleanse the nail, which you should go back through and cleanse the nail with our swipe. So I'm going to grab a lint-free wipe, just pump a little bit of that swipe onto our lint-free wipe here and go through and cleanse that nail really well. This is going to help to remove any of those excess oils from the nail plate. And we want to make sure that we are removing those excess oils, so that way our polish is going to adhere really well to the nail. Okay. All right, so again, just cleansing that nail. And notice that as I got a couple of nails in, I did fold that in half and I went to a clean spot on my wipe. That way that, I'm not using the same spot to cleanse the nail over and over, and it's going to keep that wipe from getting saturated. So once I clean those nails, they're going to look nice and clean and dry again. Okay? Okay, you guys, one other thing before I actually get into polish, I want to show you our nail rescue patches. And I don't have any cracks or breaks on my nails right now, but these, the rescue patches are a great product for if you do accidentally break or crack a nail. You can use these to basically seal that crack together so that you don't have a little short broken nail. So I think you guys can see on camera here. If we take one of these out, so there's 2 pages of the repair patches. So again, all I did was, let me come in here a little closer. I just cleansed my nail. And then let's just pretend that I have a crack right through this area on my nail. If I just peel off one of these little tabs, and if it helps, you can use a tweezer, but otherwise we're just going to take that little patch and set that right down. Guys, I want to make sure that I'm getting this right where it should be. I'm going to set that right onto my nail. Smooth that down, really press that down on there. Now you can see there's a little bit of that tag hanging off the end. That's okay, just grab your glass file and we're just going to just pull that file downward and it's going to break off that little edge. You can go ahead and smooth out that edge. And now, again, I'm going to smooth that down there, make sure everything is sealed on. Now I've got that little area that may have been cracked. I've got that patched and repaired. So now it's not going to break in the meantime. And I can maybe let that grow out a little bit more. Or again, you guys, if you get those cracks way down on the side down there, right kind of in that stress area, these repair patches are going to be a great option for you because they're going to stick right in that area and they're going to allow that crack to grow out so that you don't have that really sore, painful crack right through your nail bed. Okay, so great option for you. Now, at this point, let's go ahead and polish our nails. So again, you guys, we have some options here. We've got either our nail strengthener or just our traditional air dry base coat. And you guys, I think I'm going to show you guys I'm not even going to give you the option. Normally I would like to give you guys options, but I do want to show you guys the nail strengthener. So if you are somebody who has maybe a little bit more thin nails, brittle nails, or anything like that, you can use that nail strengthener to give your nails a little bit more durability, and you can use this to just create a little bit of a stronger nail. Now, when you are polishing your nails, if you're just needing to use the strengthener, if you just want a clear coat, I would do at least 2 coats of the nail strengthener. This way it's going to build up a little bit of thickness on top of your nail, and you can use this to, you can just keep this on your nails and maybe throughout the week, every other day, you can add in another coat on top of it. So that way, again, it kind of layers up onto the nails so that you do have a little bit more thickness and durability to that nail. Now, if you are polishing over this, you could do 1 to 2 coats of the nail strengthener and then do your polish application. And then you could still add in another extra coat every couple of days or so to add in a little bit more strength onto that nail. Okay, there was just a little bit of cuticle up on that nail that I wanted to clean off. So you guys, as I'm polishing, what I'm doing is just kind of pressing my brush down, getting it to fan out. Then I give it a little bit of a wiggle. I'm not getting shaky at this point, so that wiggle that you're seeing, that is intended. But that little wiggle helps to really get that polish up into that cuticle area. Now this is the nail we've got that repair patch on. You guys, you can see from the side, there's not much thickness to this repair patch. So we're just gonna seal that in with our nail strengthener. And this is going to help give this nail, again, that patch repair, and it's going to help keep that nail secure. So by putting on that layer of the nail strengthener, it's going to seal that patch in. Now sometimes when I do those little repair patches, you can still barely see kind of the outline of it. I may go through and do a second coat of the nail strengthener if I need to, if I feel like I need to. I could go ahead and do that second coat of the nail strengthener to just kind of seal that in a little bit more. And I'm just kind of taking a look. I think maybe I will. But before I do that, I'm going to show you guys a couple of our polishes. And again, these are together in another bundle on the website. This is our Class Clown bundle. So if you're looking for these colors, they are in our Class Clown bundle. But you guys, I want you to let me know in the chat, should I polish on let's see, Flickety Fric, which is our orange, beautiful bright orange for the summer. Summer's not over yet, but Freelance Snack, which is our bright pink, Cactus Pucker, which is the bright green, Me Unicorn, which is our soft baby blue, or Nerdvana, which is our bright white. So you guys let me know in the chat, which one do you want to see on my nails? Because I'm going to do one, maybe two. So you guys let me know, and I'll pick the two that I'm seeing the most votes for. So we're going to do a polish over these, and then I'll also add in just a really fun decal just for a quick little art today. So I'm seeing pink, white, blue, green, no, blue, lots of blues, pinks. Okay, pinks and blues, all right. I think I'm seeing pinks and blues, and you guys, those are probably my two favorites in this collection. So let's go ahead and do pinks and blues. But before I do that, I just wanted to give that thumb a little bit of chance to dry before I put one more coat on. And I am going to add in one more coat of our nail strengthener here, just to give that repair patch a little bit more of a seal. And this way I'll have a nice smooth surface when I do put on my polish. So just one more quick coat over that to seal that in. All right, you guys, you definitely saying the blues and the pinks. So I think that was a good choice. I think you guys made a good choice on there. So let's go ahead and do, so again, our colors are Freelance Snack, which is the pink, and Me Unicorn is the blue. So let's go ahead and open these up. Now, one thing that I didn't show you with the strengthener that I will show you guys here with the polishes, it's the same brush in all the bottles, but you'll see that that polish brush, it starts to curve on, there you guys can see it. It curves on the sides, so it's a little bit more, little straight on the free edge or on the edge of it, and then rounded in those corners. So this way, when I put that brush up into my cuticle area, I'm going to have a really good fit into that cuticle area. So I think I'm going to do, let's see, I like to do, what do we want to do? Maybe we'll do our ring finger and our thumb with the blue, and then I'll do the rest with the pink. I'm not one to go every other. I don't like that look, but if you like that look, absolutely. So I'm going to do, what did I say? I'm going to do our pinky and our ring and, sorry, our pinky, middle, and pointer finger with the pink. So that's what I'm going to start with. So I'm going to start by turning my hand around here. I'm going to wipe out the back side of my brush, drain out a little bit of that extra polish. I'm going to press my brush down. Do you see how it's going to fan out a little bit? I'm going to slide that right back to my cuticle area and then pull down the left side, push up into my cuticle area, pull down the right side, and then over the rest of the nail. Now you guys, I was talking while I was doing that, so I didn't quite get all the way to my edge, but that's okay. I'll make sure to get to the edge on the next one. So it's really tough to actually tell you what I'm doing while I'm doing it. So I'm going to go through and I'm just going to go ahead and polish my nails here as I'm talking. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. Yes, you can. So again, I like to use that brush kind of round it up into that cuticle area to really get right up into that cuticle. And let's see, what did we say? We're going to do these two pink. So press your brush down up into the cuticle area, down the sides. And you guys, this is an air dry polish, so you do have to work a little quicker. It is different for the air dry polish versus a gel polish. So with a gel polish, you can go all the way through all the nails. You can brush as many times as you need to, and your gel polish isn't going to dry. But when you're working with the air dry polish, especially these, they are going to dry quick. So you can't go really more than a couple of different strokes here. So you have to work a little quicker. And on my thumb here, I am looking at it from a little bit of a different angle. I can't quite turn my thumb all the way around there like I was looking at my other fingers. So that's how we're going to polish on from here. So again, you can start to see if I continue to brush over, that polish is already starting to dry. Now, because I polished over it a couple extra times here, I got a little bit of a smudge right in that back area. And you guys, one other thing that I want to show you here, again, it's not in any of the bundle deals right now, but this is our Polish Perfector detail brush, and I absolutely love this brush. It is so amazing. So if you are polishing any nails, whether they're your own or your client's nails, you are going to need this brush. So you can see it is, let me grab another thing here. It's got a little bit of a kind of an edge to it, and it's a very skinny brush if you look at it from the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my onto the next polish remover. I'm going to just pump a, whoa, that came out a little bit quicker than I was expecting there, but we're all good. All right, so I'm going to take a little bit of that polish remover on my brush, and I'm just going to use that brush right up around my edges here to clean off any polish that may have gotten up onto my skin. And because this is such a narrow little brush, let me come in nice and close here. You guys, you can see I can really just tuck those bristles right in between my cuticle and that polish and really clean that up well. Now I think I'm going to wait until my next coat of polish to do any more cleanup. Oh, I do have a little bit right on the edge here, so I'll go ahead and clean that up. So just tucking that brush right along that edge to clean everything up. Okay, let's go ahead and do our second coat here. We'll start with that pink again, tucking that right up into our cuticle area, pull down those sides. And you guys, do you see how with our second coat, that pigment, oh my gosh, it's so bright, it's so pigmented. Super great coverage, absolutely beautiful all the way through. Let's go ahead and grab our blue. So with that first coat on the blue, you can see there's a little bit of, I don't want to say streaky, but a little uneven. So with our second coat, that is going to give us really good full coverage with this color. Getting right up into that cuticle area. And again, I've got a little bit that I got on the side here, but we'll grab our Polish Perfector brush here, take a little bit of that polish remover, and again, come right down that edge to clean up that edge. Now, you could save your cleanup for the end, or you can do it as you go nail by nail. Personal preference. Sometimes it just depends on how I'm feeling that day. A lot of times I will just leave that for the end, because sometimes I actually like to do my cleanup once the polish has dried a little bit more. So for some reason it seems easier to clean up once it's dry, because sometimes as you're cleaning up, if it's still kind of wet and runny, I feel like it tends to smear a little bit more. So personal preference, if you want to wait until it's dry, you can wait until it's dry, or you can clean up while the polish is still wet. Personal preference. And I think somebody said in the chat that they didn't love the pink. You guys, absolutely, if it's not your favorite color, that's okay. You work with whatever color is your favorite. And I'm just going to be working with these colors because these are the colors that you guys voted on today. So again, just using that brush to clean up around my edges here. Let me come in this pinky, touch up that edge right around there. So you guys, if you are working on clients, if you are working on yourself, you can always get that perfect cuticle area just by using this cleaning brush that is going to tuck right up in there to get that product off that skin and off that cuticle. All right, you guys want to see one more last quick little fun detail here? Let me know in the chat if you want to see a little bit of extra fun. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and then I'll show you a little bit of extra fun. But let me know if you guys want to see some decals, because I think you do. I think these are super fun here. So I'm going to grab our Pixel Party decals. And again, you guys, this is what comes in the bundle deal with the polishes. This is our Class Clown bundle. So again, those, oops, not that one. Those 5 colors and our Pixel Party decals. You guys, now that my polish is wet here, let's hope I can open these up and grab these without smudging anything. All right, looks like you guys want to see this. All right, so make sure to subscribe, you guys. Make sure if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so that we can give you guys all of the extra fun and just fun things here. So hit that subscribe button. Let's see, you guys, what do you think? What do we want to put on with our nails here? So we've got the blue and pink polish. Do we want some stars? Do you guys like the stars? Or do we want hearts? Do we want those kind of hearts? These kind of hearts, cherries, star. You know what? I think I was going to do stars on a design earlier, and I didn't. So I think maybe we'll do some stars on here. So I'm just going to grab my tweezers, and I really love our Young Nails tweezers. I'm not sure. I don't think we actually sell these individually. These came in, I believe they were in one of our rhinestone kits. But you guys, grab some really great tweezers. And I'm going to, let me see if I can do this without smudging my nails. I like to bend that paper over just a little bit, so this way I can get right underneath that little decal. Let me get right under there. Just kind of using the edge of my tweezer. We're gonna peel that off. And, oh, you guys look, I smudged one of my nails here. That's okay. I'm going to show you how to fix that. So we're going to just set our decal right there. I'm going to gently press that down. Now, if you're setting this down into your polish, you guys look. Do you see how quickly that polish dried? Now, it's dry to the touch. I always say it's dry to the touch, not the smudge. So your polish is dry enough to set that decal down in there. But if I were to use a lot of pressure, or if I were to hit it with my nail or something like that, I would actually ding that. And I did ding that. So I'm going to show you just a really quick little cheater trick here. If you take a little bit of your polish remover, take a little bit of that on your finger, or even your brush. You could even use your brush. So take a little bit of that polish remover, and you can come in, take a little bit of that off. You can come in and just gently kind of press that back out, smooth out that little ding. And then I'm going to go through with one more coat of my polish just to smooth that out. So don't worry, you guys. If you accidentally ding your polish, don't worry. You can touch that up, and that'll be nice and perfect. Nobody will ever know, right? Okay, so I guess I'm not going to put a decal on that nail, but a lot of you were saying do the cherries, so maybe we'll do the cherries on, I think if we do the cherries on the thumbnail, they'll show up a little bit better than trying to put the cherries onto the pink nail. So let's go ahead, grab our tweezer here. I'm going to bend that over just a little bit, peel up the backing. Let's see, how can I do this on camera here, you guys? Okay, there we go. Let's just take our little cherries. I'm going to set those kind of off to the side here. Set that down, touch that on there. Again, you guys, my polish is dry to the touch, not the smudge. So I'm just very gently pressing that down on there. So now you can see there's nothing sticking out. There's nothing poking out the edges. We've got our cute little decals on there. And let's go ahead and finish our polish. So I'm going to grab our top coat, and this is going to be a super high gloss shine. Your nails are going to actually look like they're wet even if they're not, but we're going to go back through, and just like we did our color, we're going to polish on a nice thin coat of our top coat. When you're working over those decals, one coat of top coat is usually enough to seal those, but if you do maybe feel like there's a little bit of a ledge or maybe a little bit of that decal that you can still see, you guys, I'm going to wait on this one for just a little bit longer. You can go ahead and do a second coat of your top coat if you feel the need to over those decals, just to give it a little bit more of a seal over them. And the reason that I am waiting on that middle finger, because that was the one that we touched up. So I want to make sure to give that one just a little bit more time to dry before I do my top coat on that one. So I think we're good to go on that one. But again, you guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And you guys, I almost forgot. It's time for our top coat chant. So let's go ahead and do our top coat chant in the chat. If you're new to our channel, our top coat chant is basically just typing in top coat, top coat, top coat, and join in the fun. So somebody was asking, where do you get the decals? You guys, the decals and everything else that I'm showing you here is on our website, youngnails.com. We are having a fun back to school sale for you. So we've got some great bundle deals going on. I'm going to finish my nails up here in just a second, but let me take you through our bundles one more time, just so you can see again, if you weren't here at the start of our live stream, so you can see what is involved in the bundle deals. So we'll give my nails a few minutes to dry, and then I'll finish them up with a little cuticle oil. But in the meantime, our first bundle deal that we have is the Choose Your Own Polish bundle. So in that one, you get the base coat, the top coat, and then you get to choose your favorite color. So whichever color you want to choose, you get to add that color in. So you could choose, this one is Giggle Palace, you could choose Cactus Pucker, you could choose any of our different colors, and you will get that color with your bundle. So it's kind of a customize your own bundle, but you get the base coat, the top coat, and one color of polish. Then our dorm room must-haves. That one is going to include the nail strengthener that we used on my nails. Again, you can use that just as a clear coat if you want just clear coat, or you can use it like we did as a base coat under our color here. You get the cuticle oil. You get the polish remover pen. And again, let me pop that one out of here. This one is for just removing regular air dry polish. It's not for removing a gel polish, but with this one, you just click that remover up into the little nubbies in there, and then you would just kind of rub that into your polish, allow that to sit for a little bit, and then you can wipe off that dissolved polish. So that is our cuticle remover pen. You get the clipper set, which is the toenail clipper and the fingernail clipper, and those do come in their own little case like this. You also get the cuticle nippers. So that really nice sharp cuticle nipper, that also comes in its own little case. You get the nail rescue repair patches. So there's 2 sheets in there. So if you do have those little cracks on your nails, you can fix those real quick and easy. You get the glass file. And the glass file, again, comes in its own cute little pouch like that. So that's going to be great for smoothing and shaping your nails as well. All right, so that was our dorm room must-haves. Then in our first day glow up, you're going to get that Skinrefine file. So that is for cleaning up any calluses that you may have. You guys, this actually works great. If you have calluses on your toes, like in between your toes, that's going to work great on your toes. So you got that. You've got the Cuticle Softener and the Cuticle Oil. So the Cuticle Softener to soften up those cuticles before you push them back, and then the Cuticle Oil to rehydrate everything. And then you also get the exfoliating spray and the hand cream. So to exfoliate and then to rehydrate and nourish. And again, that was our first day glow up bundle. Now you guys, I am seeing on my nail here, I'm seeing a little bit of an outline on that decal. So I'm going to add one more coat of top coat. And just to seal that up real quick, one more coat of top coat. And we're going to be good on that. And again, the Class Clown bundle that I was telling you guys about is those 5 colors and the decals. Okay, so those are the different bundles. We've got a couple other deals on the website too that you want to make sure you check out. But let's go ahead and finish our nails with our Cuticle Oil. We're going to rehydrate everything, get everything nice and hydrated. And all we're going to do with that is, let me come in a little closer, just a little bit of Cuticle Oil around each cuticle. And you can massage that in and rehydrate all of that cuticle. So you guys, again, at this point, my nails are dry to the touch, not the smudge. So I would say about 15, maybe 20 minutes or so before you actually go doing anything too active. But otherwise, we've got our beautiful manicure on our natural nails with our fun summery colors and our super cute decals. So you guys, make sure to head over to the website afterwards, check out all of our great bundle deals, and I hope you guys have lots of fun. Use all of these great products and try some different stuff on your nails. So you guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Again, make sure if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and join our community, and we will see you guys back next time.